And where is Harvey right now? Let's go and find out. Hello, Harvey Bear. You okay, little boy? Yes? You chilling on your favourite mat? You're a good boy. Yes, you want to tickle tummy? Yeah? You want to tickle tummy? You want to tickle tummy? Yeah. Yes. Good boy. So yes, the recipe I'm going to cover with these cherry plums is actually something from the very good Ferment cookbook by Kenji Morimoto. Absolutely brilliant. Yes, do check out the review I've done of this. It's a really good book and well worth getting. But the recipe I'm going to do is actually the pickled plums with a star anise and pink peppercorns. Really simple. I've actually done this with half of my plums, as you can see here. So this is what it's going to look like. You can see nice little label, and yes, you can already see that this is already bubbling. So what I want to do now is show you how to do this with the red ones. So the core ingredients you need for this is, of course, your cherry plums or your plums, because these are obviously quite a rare hybrid, but not rare if you live in Winsford. It's unbelievable to think that we're surrounded by natural food products and you know, even what we even think of as weeds and trees around us that actually, you know, we can use, and we've almost lost that connection with our land, you know. And you can go to the shops and spend a fortune on plums and cherries and things, when actually quite a natural native tree to our country. But yeah, so this is what I'm going to do. So you got your cherry plums or your plums, raw apple cider vinegar, some sea salt, some form of sugar, just granulated white sugar would do, but here I'm using some organic date sugar. We can use coconut sugar for it to be whole food plant-based compatible. The sugar doesn't really matter because basically that's part of the fermentation process, so some of those sugar will get eaten by the bacteria. And then in terms of the infusion, we are using star anise and pink peppercorns, two amazing ingredients to infuse this. If you don't have this, you can adapt. You can use Chinese 5 spice, you can even use something like cloves, although I'll just be careful how much you add of that, just so it doesn't overpower it. And then basically the equipment you need a small pan, then also a jar that is similar to this, and then which is like a fermentation jar, and then also a weight as well, just to weigh down the plums. So yeah, it was really good to go forage these with Samara, my work colleague, which was kind of Samara to show me, because these kind of like trees and fruit that's around us isn't always noticeable. But I'm really looking forward to the plums ripening on my tree, and there's absolutely abundances of them this year, absolutely loads. I can't wait to do some more plum recipes. Really also like this recipe book and how it's showing you pickled fruit 3 ways. So it shows you pickled plums, also pickled pears and pickled grapes, and each type of fruit is done with a different infusion. Now you can experiment and find whatever you prefer to do. I really like the pickled pears with thyme, chilli and coriander. It sounds really interesting. And then the pickled grapes with ginger and allspice. This is also a great way to use up fruit when it's getting towards the end of its shelf life, where it's starting to over ripen, and rather than throw it away, if you could anticipate that it's going to spoil any further, yes, pickling is a fantastic way, because once you've done that, it preserves it and you can store it for months, if not years. I've got so many ferments in the garage in my fridge that are well over 2-3 years old, and they're perfectly fine. And we've actually lost that connection with how we used to preserve foods. That's how we've entered this world of the terminology ultra processed foods, and in fact, if we just pull back a little bit with the traditional old school methods of how we do things, you'll find that processed foods is a very natural way of living. The ultra process is kind of like where we've overstepped that mark to a point where it's got kind of like out of hand. Yeah, it's a very complex topic, and actually defining the line between process and ultra process is not always too clear. But yes, this is a way of processing, but you're doing it at home and you're doing it in a controlled manner that you know you've done and you can trust. So let's get going. So finally done this, and I've actually done this over a few days. So first of all, I did the yellow cherry plums, as you can see here in the fermentation jar. And what I've done here is it's almost filled half of it and then I've weighed it down. But what I've done in this one is actually filled the jar with the cherries, which I've got quite a few left over. Made sure filled it just to the top, and then basically added the brine, and then basically just filled it just to the level where I can just put a weight on and put it down, so the jar is absolutely full. So yeah, absolutely brilliant. I really cannot wait to try these. I'm just going to leave it just for a week, just so those flavors really do infuse, and this will last for well into a year. I don't think it will last that long, but anyway, really do like this Dymo as well. Actually, I picked up off Amazon. It's really good, just to print some labels off. So, really hope you enjoyed this quick, easy pickled recipe. We often do forget how to preserve food and not waste food as well. Hope you enjoyed this video, and please do subscribe. Lots of love and passion going into this show. Also check out my playlist for other fermentation recipes, and enjoy. Take care everyone. Cheers.